It was an unusual summer for Wednesday Addams. While others relaxed, she was tied up in a serial killer's basement. But not as the victim. She was hunting the Kansas City scalper, a killer she'd been obsessed with since childhood. With her psychic powers now under control, she tracked him using a bowling ball left behind by his final victim. But her biggest challenge wasn't the killer, it was TSA at Newark Airport. She was stopped for carrying embalming tools in a prosthetic hand. Claiming she was attending a junior embalmers convention, she managed to board the flight, though not with her tools. Back at Nevermore Academy, life picked up where it left off. Wednesday returned as an anti-hero turned local celebrity. Principal Barry Dort welcomed her back with praise and asked her to be the student of honor at the upcoming Founders Pyre ceremony. But Wednesday was more interested in finishing her new novel than being celebrated. Enid had her own goals. Lid. The dance team joined the Nightshades and climbed the social ladder. Pugsley, now with electric powers, was also a new student. Their mother Morticia even considered moving onto campus temporarily to be involved in school activities, which Wednesday wasn't thrilled about. Soon, a murder is reported. Wednesday comes across the crime scene of Carl Bradbury, a private investigator found dead in the woods, killed by a swarm of crows. The sheriff believes he was spying on a couple, but to Wednesday, this felt like the beginning of something bigger. Sheriff Galpin, now off duty, tells her Bradbury was helping him investigate something dangerous, something that could affect outcasts. As the Founders Pyre event draws closer, Wednesday begins receiving eerie threats from a stalker. Then she realizes her most prized possession, the manuscript for her novel, is missing. A chilling poem left behind warns her it will be burned at the pyre. During the night of the event, while music plays and Barry Dort gives an overly cheerful speech, Wednesday sneaks beneath the giant wooden bonfire to retrieve her manuscript. She finds it seconds before the flames rise. Emerging from the fire, she's met with applause by the crowd. Principal Dort unveils a statue in her honor and asks her to speak. Wednesday walks to the stage but delivers a speech no one expected. She mocks the idea of being called a hero, says she always plays dirty and fights for no one but herself, then ends with a warning: do not put her on a pedestal because she will burn it down. Afterward, Enid walks away hurt. This was supposed to be their year, and now Wednesday has ruined it again. The episode ends on a chilling note. As Wednesday walks alone in the night, she hears a voice in the woods. A ghostly figure calls out to her and says, "This is all your fault, Wednesday. I died because of you." Somewhere in the jungle, Pugsley brings a zombie back to life with his electric power. The episode begins with Wednesday waking from a horrifying vision in a graveyard, black tears on her face, which is a sign of psychic exhaustion. Morticia warns her not to force her powers and to wait patiently for a new spirit guide, but Wednesday refuses. She feels like time is running out after her vision of Enid's possible death. Determined to investigate, Wednesday visits the house of former Sheriff Donovan Galpin, only to find him dead with his eyes pecked out by crows. When she tries to trigger a vision using his body, her psychic ability fails completely. Before she can get more answers, Sheriff Santiago arrives and arrests her. During interrogation, Wednesday reveals that Galpin's last call was with another dead investigator named Carl Bradbury. She suspects Galpin's son, Tyler, who is now locked away in a mental institution. Gomez, acting as her lawyer, gets her released. Meanwhile, Pugsley discovers that Slurp, a zombie boy from the Skulltree myth, is real. He has secretly resurrected him using his electric powers and now hides him in the Hummer's shed, feeding him mystery meat. At Nevermore, it is prank day. Wednesday finds what looks like blood and receives threatening texts and a creepy postcard saying, "Play dead." Enid is caught up in the chaos, enjoying the jokes and flirting with Bruno until she is suddenly kidnapped. The stalker locks Enid and Bruno in a booby-trap tower. Wednesday follows a cryptic trail through musical notes and book stacks to solve the puzzle just in time to save them from falling knives. The stalker reveals herself to be Agnes DeMille, a 13-year-old invisible outcast and Wednesday's biggest fan. She admits to orchestrating the puzzle trap for attention, but denies killing Galpin. She did steal his phone and gives it to Wednesday as a clue. Later, Wednesday discovers that Goody's spellbook is missing. Thing admits that Morticia took it. At that moment, Wednesday sees a one-eyed crow watching her from the balcony, a symbol linking her visions, the murders, and the danger ahead. The final scene shows Slurp, the zombie, roaming outside campus. He is hit by a car but vanishes and suddenly reappears behind the driver, ready to attack. What will happen now? And who is behind of the... Morticia is busy organizing Nevermore's fundraising gala and admits she forgot Thin's birthday. She dreads inviting her wealthy but difficult mother as guest of honor. Wednesday interrupts, confronting Morticia about hiding Goody's spellbook. She explains her vision of Enid's grave surrounded by crows led by a one-eyed crow and believes Enid is in danger from an avian killer. Morticia refuses to give the book back, warning that visions are unreliable and dangerous. Determined to investigate without her powers, Wednesday focuses on clues from Sheriff Galpin's murder. Enid overpacks for the upcoming camping trip and struggles with ending things with Ajax. Meanwhile, Pugsley and Eugene care for Slurp, the zombie boy revived by Pugsley's electric powers. Slurp is regenerating fast and craving brains, but they keep him hidden. At Galpin's sparsely attended funeral, Sheriff Santiago tells Wednesday that Tyler is locked up at Willow Hill and couldn't be behind the bird attacks. He mentions Galpin's research into outcast deaths linked to Willow Hill. Elsewhere, Bianca reassures her mother after the FBI raid on the Morning Song cult. Wednesday teams up with stalker fan Agnes and a shapeshifter to unlock Galpin's stolen phone. They find Bradbury's message about evidence at the bullpen, which Wednesday decides to investigate during the school trip. The students travel to Camp Outcast but find Phoenix cadets there. A capture-a-thugh-flag style, color war decides who stays. Despite sabotage and tear gas, Wednesday's team wins. After the games, Enid officially breaks up with Ajax. That night, Wednesday challenges Morticia to a blindfolded sword duel for the book. Morticia wins and keeps it. Back at camp, Slurp escapes during a raid by the Phoenix cadets and nearly attacks Gomez. Students scramble to hide him. Wednesday ends the episode frustrated, no book, no visions, and no progress toward saving Enid. Once again, the one-eyed crow watches her. The final scene shifts to Willow Hill, where a dangerous new patient tied to murders is brought in under heavy guard. As Wednesday realizes all clues now lead there. At Willow Hill, Dr. Fairburn questions a mysterious prisoner about Tyler and her control over him. The woman, revealed as his former master, asks to see Tyler face to face. In chains, she greets him as Mama, calms his rage, and promises to get him out. Meanwhile, Wednesday meets Grandmama at the cemetery to investigate outcast deaths linked to Willow Hill. She has collected obituaries of patients who were cremated and buried there, tying them to her vision of Enid's death and a one-eyed crow. Before she can dig deeper, a crow swoops in and steals her evidence. She suspects the avian controlling them is watching. Grandmama decides to buy the cemetery, partly to annoy Morticia. Back at Nevermore, Enid is distracted with Bruno. Wednesday receives a rejection letter from her publisher, but focuses on finding LOIS at Willow Hill. She recruits Uncle Fester to infiltrate. He checks into a nearby hotel under an alias but is soon caught by Sheriff Santiago over unrelated crimes, which lands him inside the asylum. Morticia and Grandmama clash over parenting and gala donations. Grandmama will give money only if Morticia returns Goody's book, which Morticia refuses. Agnes tells Wednesday that Augustus Stonehurst, a former Nevermore teacher turned Willow Hill doctor, signed several suspicious death certificates. Enid tries to reconnect with Wednesday, but during their talk, Many Crows attacks again, injuring Thing, but saved by Enid. Convinced the avian is onto them, Wednesday plans to enter Willow Hill during a 45-minute music therapy class by Isadora Capri, with Enid as lookout to alert the sheriff if things go wrong. Inside, Wednesday meets up with Fester. Together they discover that LOIS is not a person but the long-term outcast integration study, a secret program keeping supposedly dead outcasts alive for experiments. Among them are Patricia Redcar and Julian Miojas, proving their deaths were faked. Wednesday confronts Judy Stonehurst, Augusta's daughter and the real avian killer, who reveals her powers came from her father's experiments, and that she is continuing his work. Before Wednesday can act, Fester chaos erupts, prisoners riot, Slurp the zombie gets loose, and Tyler turns on his master. Slurp kills Dr. Fairburn in the midst of the chaos. Tyler gives his master a head start before killing her. Wednesday and Fester escape through the alarms, but on her way out, Wednesday runs into Tyler. He attacks her and throws her out of a window. The episode ends with sirens blaring as Wednesday lies injured, remembering her mother's warning. She may have only made things worse. Like and comment your thoughts and subscribe to our channel Story Cracks. We will come back with another amazing Story Cracks soon.